In an MRP scenario, you need 3 inputs: a master production schedule, a bill of materials, and current inventory records. You can see all 3 of these here in Dumfries Industries. Let's look. Oh, Dumfries Industries is generating a material requirements plan for the next 6 weeks. Here is the current information: master production schedule, current inventory records. Now, you might say, wait a minute, where's the bill of materials? Right, because this is an MRP problem, and that means that there's got to be like some kind of product structure that tells me which parts go into which parts, and I don't see any such thing, but it's here. It's here, and there's a hint. The first question: how many levels does a product structure for Dumfries item A have? It's inviting you to actually find the bill of materials. The bill of materials here is described. It's not drawn out in a nice, neat product structure diagram, but we could do that because to answer this question, it's asking for, and we could create a product structure diagram for Dumfries item A. Now, which must be a finished good, because I notice in the table it says item parent A, none, and finished goods have no parents. A finished good is a level 0 item. Why don't we draw the bill of materials? And finished goods have no parents, so A goes up at the top. Now, what else do we draw? Well, here's where the bill of materials. The bill of materials is essentially right here in this problem, because it says that B has A as a parent, which means that if you were to illustrate it as a product structure diagram, it would look like that. And then it says C has B as a parent, so that's what that would look like. The question here is how many levels? 1, 2, 3. That's pretty easy to answer. There. You already took care of the first question. That particular finished good has 3 levels. Count them. All right, well, maybe the next question is as easy. Using MRP methodology, how much of parts A, B, and C should be ordered, and when should they be ordered? Whoops, not quite as easy. That question obligates us to create an MRP plan, which is redundant, a material requirements plan, which means that we're going to want to, for each one of those items, create an MRP record and then fill out the record, MRP explosion, in order to determine how much and when of each of the parts should be ordered. So if you've got the note frames, some record tables are already available to you. Otherwise, you could sketch them, because we need 1 record for each part in that bill of materials that we just sketched, which means we need 1 record for A, 1 for B, and 1 for C. Now, working an MRP problem, step 1 is just fill in everything that you know. You've been given a lot of information, fill it in, which I already did in a certain sense. Right? I labeled the records. Now, what else do I know? Well, I know lead times. It says in the case of each one of these items, the lead time's 1 week, so I'm filling that in. Lot size. I am looking at this table here, and it says items lot size. Okay. Lot for lot here, 20 here, 50 here. On that same table we were starting with, the right-hand column says on-hand inventory. It says that there's 20 in the case of each item. That's where that goes. And basically, I'm done with this first step of filling in everything I know when I have found a home for all the information I was given. Well, I have used up this table, but I haven't used up this table, and this is really what gets me started. Any item listed on the master production schedule, which in this case is item A, that's it. The numbers on the master production schedule go into the gross requirements line of that item's record. So I am copying that table from the beginning. 10, 0, 20, 20, 10, and 10. This is really what gets us started. Okay, but where did these numbers come from? They came from the master production schedule. Now at this point, Right, the first page we were working with, it's done. I have copied everything onto here. All right, now it's time to actually fill out the plan. Begin at level 0. Well, it's item A. That's all there is. Fill out that record. Okay, I like to work along the available balance line. Let's see, we have 20 of item A in stock, and we're going to need 10 immediately the first week. That's no problem. That means that we'll have 10 left over, or this is ending inventory. The ending inventory for the first week will be 10. We're not going to use any in the second week, so the ending inventory will still be 10. Then that means we'll have 10 going into the third week when we're going to need 20. So I'm 10 short. No problem. I will schedule to receive another 10. Therefore, 10 plus 10 is 20. That 20 ships out. We'll have nothing left in inventory. I'm going to need 20 again the next week. Not a problem. I'll schedule to receive 20. And a little shortcut. If an item lot sizing policy is lot for lot and you have used up anything that's in inventory, then at that point you can just copy the gross requirements line down to the planned order release line, because anything that you need, that's exactly what you can have. That's what lot for lot means. Oh, all right, now this is when we need to receive part A. When should we order part A? Well, the lead time is 1 week. Therefore, if we need 10 in the third week, just move it over 1 column. Order 10 in the second week. Order 20 in the third week, just moving them over 1 column, 10 and 10. There you go. The planned order releases. This is how much and when we should order finished item A in order to meet those needs on the master production schedule. Okay, so we have filled out all the records on level 0 because there only was 1 record on level 0. Now what? Now the bottom line of the parent is passed to the top line of the child's record. Now we pass the planned order releases from level 0 down to the gross requirements line of level 1. Or think about it this way. We're going to order 10 A in the second week. That means that pass it down 10 of part B, the child is going to be consumed then immediately. Same thing here, 20 of B, 10 and 10. These need to be ready to go out the door because this has just been ordered in time for 1 week later that to be achieved. Anyway, the bottom line of the parent, that's A. Remember what this looked like. Goes into the top line of the child's record, multiplied by the number of children required to assemble 1 parent. But notice in this Dumfries Industries, it's all 1 to 1, which is nice. Okay, now, once we've done that, fill out the record. Fill out all the records on level 1, which is, there's only B is the only record on level 1. Okay, then we have 20. We have 20, and that means that, whoops, we'll use up 10 in the second week, no problem. That'll knock ending inventory down to 10. So we'll have 10 going into the third week when we need 20. That means that we're 10 short. Check the lot size. The lot size is 20, like these come in boxes of 20. Okay. Better get in another box. Okay, that means I'll still have 10 in inventory at the end of that week, but that's not a problem because then I need another 10 in the fourth week, so we'll just use that was in inventory. Now we have nothing in inventory. But that means that I'll have nothing in inventory going into the 5th week. I'm going to need or consume or use up 10. Okay, well, then I had better schedule to receive another lot of 20. They come in boxes of 20. All right. Well, that means that there's 10 left over, and 10 will stay left over at the end of the planning horizon. Now, this is when I need to receive the 2 boxes of 20. The lead time is 1 week. I had better remember to order 20 in the second week and down and over. Order 20 in the fourth week. There. We are finished planning for B, part B. The planned order releases for part B are finished. Now what? Now, the planned order releases on level 1 get passed down to the gross requirements of the records on level 2. That is to say, the bottom line of the parent is passed to the top line of the child's record. Because right when we order up these 2 batches of 20 of B is when the C that goes into B needs to be ready to go or we'll leave. So there we go. Now let's make arrangements to have enough C, if you will, at that point. Let's see, we've got 20 in stock, nothing going on in the first week, and that 20 will work neatly here. It'll meet that first requirement, then we won't have any. But that means we won't have any going into the 4th week, and we need another 20. Check the lot size. The lot size was 50. Whatever this thing C is, it comes in boxes of 50. Better get another box, which means we'll have 30 left over. Okay, now I need to receive that lot of 50. In the 4th week, the lead time is 1 week, so drop down to the bottom line, count over 1, order 50 in the 3rd week. Perfect. There's the planned order releases for Part C. Oh, okay, so now we have our complete material requirements plan. What was it that was actually asked in the question? It said using this methodology, and we did. What is it asking? Oh, how much of parts A, B, and C should be ordered, and when should they be ordered? Ordered should be ordered. It's asking for the planned order releases. To answer that question, what I was highlighting in blue ink here, that's actually what it's asking for, because it says should be ordered and when should they be ordered. So we'll just report for Part A. Let me think. We need 10 in week 1, right? We need 20 in week 2. We need 10 in week 3. And we need 10 in week 4. It has like the most complicated ordering schedule. As opposed to Part B, I'm just looking for my work, the bottom line of B's record, and I see we need to order 20 in week 2 and another 20 in week 4. And then even simpler for Part C, because I'm looking at the bottom line of the record and I just see a 50. Please order 50 in week 3. So I'm doing nothing more there than simply reporting what was in the bottom line of each one of the records. All right, then one last question. Which item will experience the highest ending inventory following this plan? Oh, that is easy to answer, because I go back to my work. Available balance is the ending inventory. A, the ending inventory is 0. B, the ending inventory at the end of this whole plan is 10. And C, the ending inventory is 30. Which one of these is the highest? There's the answer. Following this plan, Part C will have the highest ending inventory.